Hi everybody, Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet. Today we're going to talk about something brand new that we have going on. We have recently soft launched our new Employment 101. We're calling it E101 Gen 2 for short. And I want to show you a few of the ways to navigate through Employment 101. I'm so excited. First of all, you do need to be logged into your Illinois WorkNet account, and you can access Employment 101, E101, from a couple of different spots. I'm logged in as one of my test accounts here, and I can show you the ways that you can navigate into Employment 101. So from being logged in, you can access E101 through your My Dashboard. And if you click on Dashboard, it will take you to all of the tiles in your dashboard, or you can also access it from the Employment 101 icon, or you can access it from the career plan tools. So we always give you multiple ways to access our tools. Let's start out with the dashboard and show you how that works. So on your dashboard, you'll see Employment 101 down here. You'll see if you took a pre-assessment test, or you'll see if you took a post-assessment and what those scores are. Otherwise, you can access the guide by clicking on the guide button. This takes you to the new E101 and lets you see all of the different opportunities that are available. Now, we do have some career tools that are available to you, and you can access those career tools from the upper right-hand corner here. The career tools also give you access to return to Employment 101 right down here. So these career tools give you the ability to compare careers. They give you the ability to compare training opportunities. We have a brand new tool that's a job search organizer. We take you to our resume builder that has been a part of our process for several years now. We have a link to your career plan, and you might, if you're part of another program, you might have access to multiple career plans. We have a brand new tool where you can take notes about what's going on in your Employment 101 or in your career planning, access to Employment 101, and then access to assessments. And as you look at these cubes, you also have the ability to connect with each of these items up here in the top of the menu. So let's start with Employment 101. And you get to pick a career plan. So if you do happen to be working with multiple career plans, you would pick a career plan here. And I only have the one option on this test account, so I'm going to select that. You have the ability to take a pre-assessment. It is not required, although for some programs it might be required. And so you can see whether or not you've taken it. If you do take it, it will tell you the answers that you got wrong. And then that way you know where you need to work on areas moving forward. From the guide, we also have access to multiple things. So I'm going to click on this Go to Guide. We have directions at the top here for you to take a look at different ways to navigate through the tool. There are some tips and tricks inside of there to let you know what you need to be seeing on the screen and how to go through the process. It shows you here on the right-hand side how many modules you've completed, and it shows you an overall circle of progress. Down below are each of the modules that you can access. To earn your certificate, you do need to have completed all of the modules and score at least 70% on your post-assessment test for you to be able to earn that certificate. We also have a digital badge that will be added to our badger tool. So in the tools, and I'm going to click on one here that's in the middle just to show you a couple of things that are going on in here. And on here, we start out at the top with the steps for this particular module, the section of the training that's going on. And you have different learning modules within each area. We have a little video that you can go through. And then down below, it takes you to activity steps that you need to complete in the process. So on here, the first step, the first activity is to go through the learning module itself, the actual information that we want you to review and comprehend. And then we have different steps to complete below that that are actually the user steps. And then we have a user guide here that you can access to, that I was telling you about, that you can use to review how to navigate through the tool, what you'll see, all of the details of each of the items. We do have some info bubbles coming that will explain each of the little pieces along the way. As you're going through the actual learning module, you do need to go start to finish and complete all of the pieces before it will let you advance. So you would read the item, click through the screen, look at the information that's on there, read all of the different options, and see the information that's available to you. Once you have completed all of the little pieces, then you get to continue to the next piece. On here, it tells you what you need to do to complete. And if you're ready to proceed, you click the button to continue. And as you continue through the parts, you'll see that there's a checkbox up, or a check mark up here that will show you that you finished that piece. Now we've identified some notes, some tools in the notes that you can add based upon the actual section that you're in. There are not notes for every item, but there is something for you to do in every item. And so right here it says, enter information about your previous employment, education, licenses or credentials, references, and recommendations. We also have a checklist that you can download if you are a paper person rather than an on-screen computer kind of person. And so this is the checklist that you can download and actually write information on if you would like to do that instead of typing it in here. But I'm just going to type a couple of words right now just to demonstrate. So previous employment, it helps if I type properly. My education, credentials. So as I type, it saves all of that information. And as I type something, it marks it complete for me. So then I move on to next. And as I am doing the next piece, it is to complete the activity response for this learning module. I would update my career plan for this particular step. And I'm going to open my Illinois workNet career plan. It takes me to the tool where I can enter a date. And so maybe I want to start this as of Monday. I have a planned end date, maybe the 26th. How many hours a week am I going to work on this? Maybe it's 5 hours a week. Other notes, look at my notes tool for the information related to my job prep. And I can start it and I update. And once I update, I am redirected back to, the career plan. And now I'm going to go on to next to show you that it does move through. One of the things that you can do in here is part of the learning process is to take a quiz. And we do have videos that you can look at under one of the steps. It has a learning piece about a video that you can watch, and then you would mark that as complete. When you're preparing your plan, there are different pieces. Back to the quiz, we can take a quiz. It shows you how much you've learned on there. Each of the quiz items are part of the post-assessment. So if you start the quiz, it gives you the answers. So your resume tells employers about your work, education, and experience. And you submit. It tells you whether or not it's the right answer, and it gives you what the correct answer should have been. You move on to the next one. What type of resume is best for a person with little work experience? And that might be a functional resume. And so we submit, and I got the answer right. I move on. Which portfolio statement is correct? So this is the third question out of 3. And you can answer the questions. If you don't like the answer, you can change it. Oh, I got that one wrong. So then it tells me the right answer. And as I move forward, it tells me what my percentage of accuracy was. And I can then continue. And I would go up, mark it as complete. And it moves me automatically to the next section. And I would have a check mark in here if it is completed, and then I can move on to the next piece. We have, so let me show you the career tools in a little bit more depth. So in your career, compare careers, if you have gone through the exercise and actually selected some careers that you like, you can compare them, look at the information, move them up or down in the list based upon that. Similarly, in the training, if you found WIOA approved or public or private training items, you can move those items up or down as well, based upon the information that you've discovered in the career that you want to follow, or the jobs that are available with your experience. Our job search organizer is a new tool that we developed for this, and it lets you add jobs that you find. You can bookmark some of the jobs, or you can add a job directly in the tool. And there is a little video about how to use this tool within the learning modules. Once you have an application submitted, and maybe you get an interview scheduled, you can just take this card and move it over in from column to column, and it will track the dates and times that you're moving this information over into the next columns as you're moving forward. The resume builder is our standard resume builder that is part of Illinois WorkNet and has been for a number of years. The career plan is taking you to the information in your career plan. And so all of those steps that you would be doing within the activities are all added into your actual career plan. And you see this in your Illinois WorkNet account. Then we have our notes. And as you write the notes in each of the different pieces, those notes are showing up here. If you want to edit one, you click on it, you read what you wrote in there. If you click edit, it takes you back to that item in your learning modules so that you can actually make the edit right there. Then under assessments, this shows you the scores that you made, and you can view the results for all of those scores as you are going through the process. You only have to take the pre-assessment one time, and then post-assessment, you can take it as many times as you wish until you scored that 70% or better. So that's the career tools. If you want to go back into Employment 101, after you have finished all of the modules, you'll see in the guide, you'll see a check mark on the pre-assessment if you finished it. You'll see a check mark on the post-assessment if you finished it. And if you did score that 70%, you can download your certificate. If you return to the guide, because maybe you want to catch up on something that you saw before, you'll see that your modules were completed. You can return to the steps or complete the post-assessment again, and you'll see check marks in front of each of the items. Once you are fully check marked, you are able to move freely throughout all of the courses. So that's a brief overview of our Employment 101 Generation 2 tool. I'm happy that you were able to join us today. And please, if you have any questions about the tool, or if you would like to provide us feedback, send an email to info@illinoisworknet.com and note in the title